Pregame.com.
Friday night baseball, AL West action. We've got the LA Angels traveling to play Texas. Stephen, we're taping on Wednesday, so we don't have the official line out. We have the probable pitchers. It's going to be Wilson versus Darvish, and we're expecting Texas. I mean, they're the best team in baseball right now. They're going to come out a mid-range favorite. This is going to be your free pick. Tell me what you're thinking here, and I'll see if I agree with you.
Okay. Well, I gotta go with Texas here. I haven't been impressed with the Angels all season. Now, to what point do you go with Texas? Because they're obviously going to be the favorite here. But I think with Darvish, and no disrespect to Wilson, he's pitched well, but so has Darvish. I would, if it's less than $1.50, I would back Texas here.
All right. Well, you know, we're going to debate this one because I'm lining up on the dog. I think they're live dog here with the Angels. Now, there's no question Texas is playing great baseball. They look like they're a team that's going to go back to the World Series for the third year in a row, and maybe this is the year they get the job done. You know, they're hitting the baseball, the lights out of the baseball.
Well, they're first in batting average. They're first in runs scored. I think they're second in homers. They're averaging 5.6 runs, Marco, and the Angels are averaging 3.5. We're talking a difference of 2 runs, so I'll be real interested to hear what kind of support you can come up with the Angels in this matchup.
Well, here we go. Okay. Buckle up, buddy. Take some notes because I might bring you over to the dark side before this is done. First off, you know I'm a situational handicapper. You know I love angles. Now, one of my favorite situations, and it's over the years it's proven to be very good, especially in baseball, is when teams return home off of road trips. That first game back home is the worst game for the home team. These are human beings. They're athletes. They're on the road. In this case, Texas has been on a 10-game road trip. So they're home for the first time. They've got family, wives, kids, you know, got to get, you know,
girlfriends, mistresses.
The whole 9 yards. When teams come home, I feel they're sluggish that first game back at home because they got to take care of home stuff too.
Right.
And that's now any system, you don't do it just blindly and say, okay, we're going to take all of those. You got to look at them. There's certain situations. One of them is good in this one and one is bad, and I'll point it out for future handicapping. The Texas, it works better if they don't have a day off in between. You know, if you come home from a road trip but you had a day off, you've got that day off to
you
get
can settle
back
down
to
and
right.
things.
This case, Texas played on Thursday on the road and are coming home Friday. So this is a huge disadvantage for Texas. The one thing that where the teams do tend to stay focused is if they're playing their arch rival or they're playing, it's like first place versus second place. Now, the Angels, although they're not the second place team, this has been their arch rival for the last several years. I mean, this has been a 2-horse race in the AL West for how many years now? Because Seattle and Oakland's not been that good. So they're going to be up for the Angels, but I think they're in a disadvantage. Tell me why you like Texas, and I'll give you my other one. This is my best gem.
Well, you may have something from the situational aspect, but again, this is baseball, Marco. This isn't NBA, you know, where I don't think the situations factor nearly as much into the handicaps as they do in some other sports. But not only are you getting the superior offense, but you're getting the better bullpen, too. I'd say that, well, first let's talk about the starting pitchers, Darvish and Wilson, both having good years. Darvish had won every time he'd started this year until his last outing, laying $1.50. He pitched okay. They lost 4-2 to Cleveland. That's why I cut the limit at $1.50. I mean, you got to draw the line somewhere. I don't like laying big prices anyways in baseball, and I won't lay more than $1.50 here. But I think it'll come under that or around there. So let's call the starting pitching maybe even, although I might favor Darvish a little more. But just for the sake, bullpen-wise, no question Texas has the better bullpen. How are you going to defend the Angels' bullpen? They don't really have a closer. They have the worst statistics from their bullpen in the American League. 0-6 from their bullpen, 4.78 ERA. That's brutal. I mean, you got to have more than situation to throw at me if you're going to come up with this dog.
I've got another situation. I've got a pitcher on the mound, C.J. Wilson, that's pitching phenomenal baseball.
Oh, he's pitching well.
He's pitching very good.
Okay.
And we're going to bring a food reference in because we can't do a Marco video without a food reference. Have you ever heard the saying, you know, bite the hand that fed you?
Sure.
All right, well, C.J. Wilson's going to be biting the hand that fed him.
Now, it cuts both ways. I know being the ex-Ranger, right? He's going to be psyched to go against his old teammates, but they're going to know him, too. So I think that cuts both ways.
They're going to know him, but they don't face him, okay? He knows them. You know, pitcher has the advantage over the hitters. You know, he doesn't, you know, pitch against his guys throwing his best stuff at him. So advantages to him, and I love a situation when a player goes back, especially when it's at the ballpark that he used to play at. That first game when he faces his former team, he is going to be pumped to the max. Whether it's a situation where they traded him or they didn't sign him as a free agent. Either way, that ball club said, we don't need you anymore, or you're not worth the money that you're asking. That pumps up the pitcher. C.J. Wilson is going to come. He's going to pitch a stud of a game, and he's pitching well right now. And I know Darvish is pitching good too, but here's the situation. We're talking baseball. We're getting a price. I'm talking long-term EV. I don't have to be right, but 50% of the time with this type of play, because I'm getting a huge price back.
That's true, but I don't think you're going to be right in this instance.
Well, I'm all about long-term EV, buddy, and I'm on the Angel side, but this is your official play, so go ahead and close it out.
Well, I'm going to call it, you know, Texas, but we got to be reasonable here. I think with Texas, you're getting the better offense. I think you're getting the better starting pitcher. You're definitely getting the better bullpen. And the Angels haven't done it this year. Until they show some real serious signs of turning it around, I don't think they can be backed. And so if the price is reasonable, under $1.50, I think Texas is the play.
All right. We'll just agree to disagree.
Okay.
There you have it. Stephen has the Texas Rangers. I can't agree with him. I like the Angels there. You heard my reasons. But you can follow all of the videos at pregame.tv. And later in the week, we're going to have Scott Spreitzer and Vegas Runner in doing the weekend action for you. So be sure to stay tuned to all of the action here.